Hey guys, sup? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be doing another episode of Edit of the Week. I had to delay last week because I've got like 4 or 5 tests in like straight last week, so it was a rough week. But anyways, we're back on the grind. Hopefully this video should come out on the 2nd of March, which is tomorrow. Today has been a wonderful day, and let's not waste any more time. I already know what y'all are here for. Let's hop right in. I'm taking a submission from the forum on my website, so thank you very much for submitting a photo, and I'll be editing this photo for you guys. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. You can unsubscribe in the future. Let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right in. So by the way, my second monitor is like down here, my camera's up there, so it's like, if you're wondering why I'm like looking down, and this is my main monitor, this is where I'll be editing. So all right, let's go. Alright guys, we're not here. We got the edit that we're going to be doing today. Today, we don't even have a preset. I'm still figuring out a way that I can distribute my preset from the last video. Once I do that, I will put it in the description of that video, post a comment, and also post on every other platform that it's there. So, but until then, we're going to be working on this. So let's start off with our white balance. I mean, it looks fine right now, but I'm gonna just, whatever the whitest thing in the image is, I'll probably say is like this cloud color. So I'm gonna have that white balance selected. I could make it more blue toned. So right now the blues are very high. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the exposure the same. Highlights, I'm gonna cut down the highlights so you can see the clouds. So highlights, I'm gonna cut down entirely. Shadows, I want to increase the contrast, so I'm gonna drop the shadows just a little bit. Whites, just too much white. I'm gonna increase that just around like 30. I'd say around like 50, 49. And then for the blacks, I could this is what happens, by the way, if you put the blacks all the way down, then you lose your quality on everything else. But to counteract that, typically it would increase the shadows, but now you see there's grain, so that's why I don't like doing that. So for the blacks, I'd probably tone it down to maybe like -32. Like already that's looking better. Our subject here is already looking pretty solid. The sky, it's a lot easier to see. Now let's go down to clarity, dehaze. I'm gonna dehaze this a little bit. I want to make that blue a little bit punchier, so I'm gonna be like, I don't know, 35-ish. Clarity increases all this like detail with whatever was captured in the camera, so I'm probably gonna just slightly increase that. Vibrance to saturation, we don't want to touch that for now. The hues, okay, so there's not a lot of reds in the picture, so I'm not really gonna touch that. As you can see, it makes no difference in this picture. So orange, it will change this orange up, which I can make it slightly more reddish. And then the yellow is a lot of the, I see. This looks like that pea color yellow. I'm gonna make that more of a gold color. So instead of a green, it's more like a gold. And then we're gonna do the same thing here. So as you can see, if I push it all the way to the right, it's greener than green. But I don't know. I want to see what I can do with this. I'm going to push the grain around like 30, which is opposite of what we were just doing. I'll see if I want to make any changes later on, but as of now, I'm going to keep it like that. The blues are really primarily affecting this background area, or the aqua specifically, as you can see. So probably gonna make this more towards the bluer. I'm making more towards the bluer side, so like 48. And then for the actual blue, Okay, so this slightly changes the sky. So for this, I'm gonna probably make the tip more sky bluish. Not heavy, but I'm gonna make it more sky blue. And then purple, the tint of the sky. I'm gonna have it more on the purple side. Magenta, really not really being used in this image, so I'm not gonna touch that either. Right now we have, these are the numbers that we currently have, and this is our current photo. I mean, it looks pretty good. We have a nicer looking sky. The plants, they look more closer to this kind of like forest looking kind of style going on. And then let's increase some of the saturations of. So red obviously not being used. Orange, I could beef it up. As you can see here, I could beef up that orange. But I think I will only do that by just a little bit, maybe like up to like, I don't know, 30. Yellow, it beefs up the orange again, but as I said before, we'll probably beef that up just a little bit, maybe around like 40. The greens, I could really desaturate the greens and make this a really bland image, but you can also max it out and make it very vibrant. I personally would increase it to something around here. I like having sometimes those vibrant images because sometimes it actually looks really good. For the blues, I can really cut down on saturation on the blues, or I could punch it. Now for this, I'm gonna probably keep it around like 24, and I'm gonna cut down on the aquas. Actually, that's kind of cool. I might have the aquas be pushed higher than what I would normally push them. Purples, specifically the sky, and some of the markings on the wall, I'll push it a little bit. Okay, so right now this is our image so far. It's very vibrant, by the way, in our background. We have a very vibrant background. I might change that up by trying to use some what is it, masking, which I haven't actually done before, and we can experiment with that. You guys will be on the ride, on a journey with me. So right now this red kind of, he was altering the sidewalk or the pathway that he's standing on a little bit. I think I can cut down the luminance completely on that, make the sidewalk less reflective. I can also cut down the luminance on the orange so it's not as bright, which I'll definitely do. So I'm gonna cut it down to like, I don't know, 25, 24s, around that range. Yellow, I can punch the yellows. Well, I will cut it down a little bit. Greens, I also want to, I might keep the same, because then now it loses its clarity a little bit, so I might cut down the greens just to 36-ish. It's not that poppy. Aquas, I'm gonna cut that down. The blues, that, see what happens when you don't do it right, you just get that nice pixely. I'm gonna leave the sky as is. Purples, I'm gonna leave as is. Yeah, that's it. Sharpening, luminance, manual denoise, I'll probably throw this up at like what, 50. We're in bright sunlight, so I don't think I'll need anything crazy. And by the way, you can tell by the denoise, this is less detail versus maximum detail. I'm probably, based on what I want, I'm definitely gonna need more detail, so I'll put that like around 75. Contrast, I'm never gonna touch. Lens profile, I'm assuming this is taken on a phone, so there's nothing we can really do here at the moment. So right now, this is what our image looks like, but it's heavy on the darker side. So what I'm gonna do is, with the S curve, I'm gonna have some nodes. Now with this curve, it's a different kind of curve. It's not like a normal S curve that I'm doing, but it's supposed to give more highlights to the higher regions of the image and provide more contrast. As you can see, the colors really pop here. And it's really nice. So I'm gonna keep it as is. And masking, something that I've actually never done before, but we're gonna attempt this, okay? You guys will be joining me on the ride along with me too. I don't know why it's taking me so long to figure that out. So with masking, we have our subject. We're gonna have our AI detect our subject because we have Lightroom and Lightroom's awesome. And here with masking, I'm pretty sure it allows you to do fine adjustments. So like I can adjust specific stuff like his highlights. As you can see, I can adjust his highlights. So I'm probably gonna boost that up. Shadows, as you increase it, now you have all this detail. But let's keep it down. I want to increase it so we can get more out of it, out of the black hoodie and the black pants. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase that to like what, 30-ish, around 25. Whites, I will increase that just around the 35 mark. In the blacks, I'm just gonna leave that as is. Nothing has to be done here. I'm good here. Actually, let's do the sky. All right, perfect. And then we're gonna do a temperature shift. So I'm gonna remove the overlay, but we're gonna do a temperature shift. We're gonna make it more slightly golder. I don't want to push it. That's chill. I'm not gonna touch the hue. And saturation is fine. Exposure is fine. I cut down on the. Oh, that's too much. I mean, the sky looks like it's exposed pretty well. I will cut down the highlights, shadows a little bit. I'm gonna leave as default. Whites, I'm definitely gonna cut down. Maybe like around 5 or 7 blacks. I will boost it just by up 2. And then I think with the sky here, we can tone this down a little bit. At the mids, come back up. Just a little bit under. I think we're fine. We're gonna cut down on the midsection. I'm gonna slide it down a little bit more, so around like here. So now we have a little bit of contrast between the sky and our subject. And I think we could do one more. And that is the background. Hope it does a good job. Well, I mean, that's basically the entire background. So we're gonna, based on what we did here, I don't want to do too much because it's gonna affect everything else. What I'm gonna do is have this temperature shift. I'm gonna temperature shift everything more to this blue tint. Keep it default. Shift it slightly towards it. So now we have this more bluish image, or we can have this more golden image. Obviously the sky is now eating ass, but if I were to increase it just ever so slightly, maybe like around 6, it's not pushing the sky enough, but you can see that as this cooler looking color to it, and I actually really like this. And then I don't think I want to touch shadows anymore. Yeah, highlights, I don't like having extreme highlights in the image, so I'm gonna drop it. I think we're fine actually. Whites, I think we're good there. Maybe the highlights can be bumped up by like maybe just a little bit for the mask. Yeah. Maybe boost the lows. Or do we cut down on it? Oh, we cut down on it. Do it higher. Ooh, this is tough. Oh, this picture's tough. What a color grade. And then lastly, to end it off, because I've been doing this for like 20 minutes now, let's crop this in. So I'm gonna have actually his outer leg here line up. Please, more central in the image. Because I want to isolate this as our subject. Put him here. Then we lose out on this depth that I actually really want. So I might increase it just a little bit. And then I think that is our final picture. This is tough. Now, if we look at before and after, so we have, this is the before image, the submitted image, and now this is the after image. Low key, this is tough. I actually really like how this turned out. I might have to change a little bit on the sky because I might want to, before we end off this video, I want to go back to the second mask and I want to keep the sky as is, but then I want to make sure that I want to get rid of that. Okay, I might have to cut down dehaze. I'll bump up the clarity a little bit. Maybe around 17. It's 16. That looks way better. Okay. This is final image. Let's go to library so that it renders. So this is our final image. So we're now going to have our before. That is not our before. Let's go to develop for that. So now this is our before. Really unsaturated. The colors look really bland. And now with this edit, we have the forest behind him. The green's popping. We also have some of the graffiti popping as well with the roofing above him. And the sky also has better, you know, depth and contrast. Now you can actually see the clouds instead of before it just all looked the same. I actually really like this edit. This edit's tough. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Yeah. So this is another episode. This is episode 2 of Edit of the Week. And to the person who submitted this photo, thank you so much. I will be emailing you back this photo with both a watermark and non-watermarked version so that you can use it for whatever you want. And don't forget to tag me though, because you know I love getting credit for things. And yes, let me go back to full screen. Guys, hopefully you like this one. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. You go to unsubscribe in the future. Thank you for I can't speak English. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a bit. Take care. And adios.